we're also tracking new developments on the trade truce with China. Now, this morning, the president accused Beijing of breaking the terms of the agreement. You'll recall it was back on May 12th that the U.S. and China agreed to pause most tariffs for 90 days. Stock futures dropped following the president's Truth Social post. And right now, as you can see, the markets are still down, but not as much as earlier. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live in Washington for us. Joe, what do we know how China supposedly violated this pause? What more can you tell us?
It's not exactly clear, Laura. What we do know is this is obviously not a good sign for the trade relationship between the world's two strongest economies, the United States and China. This follows the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent. And remember, he is the person who has been intrinsically involved in working out trade negotiations between the two. He said that talks were, in his words, a bit stalled. Well, that came before President Trump dropped this message on Truth Social that was a bit more harsh. He said here, in part, 2 weeks ago, China was in grave economic danger. The very high tariffs I set made it virtually impossible for China to trade in the U.S. marketplace, which is by far #1 in the world. He went on to say that was the good news. The bad news is China, perhaps not surprisingly to some, has totally violated its agreement with us. So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. President Trump, again, didn't really specify how it was that China violated the agreement here. We know that the agreement that was made dropped tariffs significantly. So President Trump put 145% tariffs on China. They responded with 120% tariffs on American goods. Those dropped to 30% and 10%. That was the big headline coming out of the negotiations and the agreement. Stephen Miller from the White House took a question about what China did to violate the agreement. This is how he answered it.
China has abrogated the agreement. The United States acted immediately and in good faith, as of course you all saw, with the proclamation adjusting the tariff rate. China did not fulfill the obligations that it made and committed to with the United States. And so that opens up all manner of action for the United States to ensure future compliance.
So, Laura, if you didn't hear a specific answer to the question of what China did, you wouldn't be alone. You'd be forgiven in there. We didn't really get one, but nonetheless, Stephen Miller echoing what President Trump said in that there's been some kind of breach, some kind of violation of the agreement. Presumably, talks may continue at a later point.
Yeah, and taking a look at some of those posts, Joe, how is Beijing responding to the president's social media post this morning? Any reaction there?
Yeah, they did respond, actually, and they were, I guess, a bit defiant. This comes from the Foreign Ministry of China. They posted a message to X this morning saying, quote, China's export controls are consistent with universal practices. Our measures are not discriminatory and do not target any particular country. They went on to say that we're willing to increase dialogue and cooperation on export controls with relevant countries and regions. China is committed to keeping global industrial and supply chains stable. We firmly oppose the U.S.'s malicious moves to block and suppress China. So an interesting response, again, one that sounds a bit more defiant there. So obviously, after a week or two where there was serious optimism between the world's two largest economies, not so much today. You already talked about how the markets there are responding to that. So are there going to be future talks? Secretary Bessent says possibly, even with the highest level, President Xi and President Trump potentially, but we haven't seen that just yet.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.